Hey guys, I just realized I never plugged in my pretty Christmas lights behind me. See if I can get them to go. There we go. I love my lights. They make me happy. I have today some Creo Brew. If you guys haven't tried Creo Brew, I know I've talked about it a lot, but not as much this year as I did last year. Mostly I've just been drinking it without posting about it. But it's CRIOBRU.com. It's roasted cocoa beans. I don't know if you can see it. And I have to tell you about my little mug incident. So I have this really pretty Pioneer Woman mug that I've been using that's kind of like pink and orange. It's my favorite mug. I drink Creo Brew out of it or tea out of it, like herbal tea, every single day. And yesterday we were making Valentine's for our friends, and I had just finished my first meal, and Ruby accidentally knocked it off the table. And I was like, no! And we picked it up, and it looked okay, but I didn't really, like, inspect it. I just kind of got after Ruby, and I said, take this in the kitchen. Even though it was probably not Ruby's fault, it was my fault, since I had it on the table while we were doing a craft. Anyway, so last night I'm editing videos, and Dave says to me, so, you know your Pioneer Woman mug? And I just freaked out. I was like, no! You're kidding me! And he's like, I'm so sorry. I knocked it off. She had put it on the center counter, and last night he had made a big roast, and well, no, he was cutting a roast into steaks like we do. We usually go and buy like a huge roast for like $50 or $60 and then chop it up into steaks that we just throw in the freezer so that we have always got steaks available when we need something to eat. And apparently the cutting board like slipped and hit the bottom of my cup and it flew on the floor. There was a crack down the whole cup. And he felt so bad. And he blamed it, of course, on himself that he had broken my cup. And I cried and cried. Like, you would just think that it would not be a big deal. These things are $5. They are not expensive. But it's my cup. I love it. You know, I drink out of it every single day. It's like one of those things like that sparks joy in me. And I was so sad because I'm like, it seems like, you know, as a mom, especially a mom with a big family, pretty much everything I own gets broken at some point. I can't ever have anything nice. I bought myself a really nice chair back in August when we redid our homeschool room, and my dog has already ripped a giant hole in it. Like, I just can't have anything nice. My whole house is always falling apart. No matter how hard I try, it seems like every nice thing I have gets broken or ruined. So this morning today is my oldest son's 23rd birthday. Can you believe that? How do I have a 23-year-old? It's painful, people. It's painful. And I sent my 16-year-old to the store this morning to buy a 12-pack of Mountain Dew so that I could slap a bow on it and put like happy birthday and stick it in front of the door before he took off to work because I won't see him at all today. We're not going to celebrate his birthday till Sunday night. And I'm like, while you're there, can you pick me up a new mug? Look, he did good, guys, right? Got to give props to the 16-year-old. He knew, I didn't even tell him I wanted Pioneer Woman. I told him a big mug. And he knows what I drink out of every day. I use it so much. And he's like, it was only like $5. I'm like, I know, but it's just, I don't know. I know it can be replaced, but why does it always have to be? Anyway, so I'm drinking my Creo Brew, my roasted cocoa beans with stevia. I really like it with liquid stevia. I haven't tried it with liquid sucralose, and I have tried it with liquid erythritol, and I hate it that way. It just takes the bitterness away from it, and I love that bitter chocolate flavor. Anyway, it's so good. And I have a little bit of half and half because I'm currently on fat loss macros, so I don't like to drink my fats. Oh man, it's so good. If you guys haven't tried Creo Brew, you got to. Like, seriously. It's got hair in my mouth, I guess. Great. Did I get it? Okay. Yeah. All right, so everybody that's here, I'm going to say hello. Who is here? Just Keto Jen is here. Janice Pate is here. Jasmine Ray. Jennifer Angus, hello. Tammy Keto Cricket, hi. And you know what's funny, Tammy? I never connected you, Tammy Hinckley, the person, to Keto Cricket until you won that contest. I thought you were two people. So hi. I knew you and I didn't even realize it. That's awesome. I wish I had more time to watch people's videos. I would probably know you better if I was able to watch more videos. I'm really trying hard to force myself to get more videos in. If you guys have noticed, I have been around the circuit a lot more this last couple of months. I've been trying really hard to get back into the keto community more and be more supportive because you guys are always so supportive of me. I want to do the same, but it's hard because I'm like so busy and I'm trying to build my other channel. It's really, really hard. Debbie Lyman, hello. Thank you for the compliment on the mug. I love it so much, especially because my kid bought it for me. I love it. Ketone Goddess, welcome. Have I met you before? Did you change your name? I'm looking at your picture. I can't tell. I'm not sure if I've met you before. Patty Montero, hi. Joan Simpler, good to see you. Nicole, Niquina, #1, hello. Megs Blue, you're here. You made it right on time, and I was on time today. Look at me being on time, guys. Because we keep going overtime, and if I start late and we go overtime, that makes a serious issue when I go downstairs and I'm trying to quickly do homeschool because we have to leave early on Tuesdays for dance. So we have like this itty bitty amount of time to get stuff done, and we usually don't get it all done before we have to leave. But luckily they can take stuff to the dance studio. Karen, I can't say your last name. Kernach? Hi. Oh, that's close. I'm sorry. Michelle Boker, you're new. Welcome, Ketone Goddess. Do you have a channel? I would guess so by your name. So everyone check her out if she has a channel because that's awesome. Oh, sorry. And I just said your last name. Sorry, Tammy. Whoops. I feel bad. That was perfect. Kernach. Okay, cool. Aaliyah Rashid is here. Hi. Okay, I need to figure out how to make one of you guys like a kicker for the creepers that come in here because there's always some creepers that come in and start saying really gross things, and that's upsetting because sometimes kids watch my channel and they read stuff, especially my own kids. I don't let my kids watch my YouTube lives anymore because the comments are too gross. But I can't figure out how to add you guys once I start on here. I really need to figure that out, but I just don't know how because the only time I can do it is like here, and I can't figure it out on here at all. Aaliyah, you're a homeschool keto mom. Awesome. That's awesome. Welcome. If I click on the comment, all I have is report, remove, put user in timeout, or hide user. And usually it's been not working. So like I've had some really bad comments in the last, if you watch the last live, you will laugh because I was like zooming myself in and out, trying to get it to click on the people and it wouldn't click on the comment. Like it wouldn't pop up to kick them. Hopefully today it will work because today it's working right now. And I'm really sorry last time, apparently YouTube kicked me and I didn't even realize it. I kept on talking for like, I don't know, probably 5 or 7 minutes after YouTube apparently cut off the chat. So if that happens again, I apologize. I don't know. Sometimes I use my cell phone and I use my cell phone data because it's the most reliable around here because my Wi-Fi is terrible. And I never know like why it does that sometimes. And usually when it kicks me, it tells me and I can like rejoin it. But this last time it didn't. And I just kept on talking. So that was weird. Oh, hello. Okay. So, yeah, I tried clicking on the person's name and see if I could make them an admin for the chat. And it doesn't give me that option. Thank you for the compliment, Amanda Yates. She says, my jawline looks great. I love it. And why are there always people who kind of ruin? Well, you know, because there's bratty teenagers on the internet that are bored. That's the honest truth of why they come on here and say gross things like, well, I can't even say what they say because it's really inappropriate. But they do that just to get my goat, just to see if I'll rise to it. So I just ignore it as much as I can. But I usually have to scroll through like 20 comments saying the same ridiculously gross thing. And sometimes it's like hateful and sometimes it's like really inappropriate. And so, Yeah, I don't know how to fix that problem. But I have to say, like, that's actually a good thing because that means that my live chat is popping up in people's feeds and they're seeing it and clicking on it when they have no interest to be here at all, which is good for me and my channel. And usually we have, 60 to 90 people on here. And so I can't I don't know, I can't monitor it super well. I've tried to figure out how to do that. And the only way to do it is to do it each time I start the chat, but I can't do it on my phone once I start. So I need to have maybe I need when Dave's here sometimes, because I think Dave actually will be here next Tuesday. I don't know. If you're here, babe, let us know. I think he has Monday off so he can take Tuesday off as a day off. And so here's hoping that Chef Dave will be here for live chat next week. And maybe he can have the laptop or something or his phone logged into my account. And then maybe he can do it or add people as moderators. But I can't add person to moderator, like an all the time moderator. I have tried and tried to figure out how to do that. You can't do it. Because I made Karen Rothwell a moderator for a while. At least I thought I did, and then she couldn't do anything anyway. You guys can report it, but they just come right back. So, and it doesn't really delete the comment unless I hide the user. So I have to go back after the chat. And thankfully now you can do that. When we first started doing lives, you couldn't go back and see the chat. Once the live was over, the chat was gone. So you couldn't go back and kick people after the fact. But now you can. So I go back and I always make sure to hide them from the channel so no one can see them anymore. You guys can block them yourselves, but it only prevents you from seeing them. It doesn't prevent everyone from seeing them. Okay, so we got 44 people here. Let's see, who else has come in? Dendy Flog. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. Dendy, good to see you. Tammy Level, Tiffany Fader, and Amanda Yates. Okay. Yeah, I know there's a moderator thing. I'm too afraid to click stuff on here for fear it will flip my camera and do weird things. Like last time when it was zooming in and out and I couldn't stop it from zooming. That was awkward. So we're just going to hope that it doesn't get too bad. And I will try and see them and kick them as quickly as I can. But like you guys know that I don't always read the comments while I'm talking because it's hard to do that. Okay, I'm going to take another drink. Oh my gosh. I can drink without dumping it all over myself. I promise. I really can. I want to drink some of it because I know it's going to get cold. And it's really good. And I don't want it to get cold, but it will. It always does. So you guys are probably here because you're curious about my Dexa scan. So let's talk about that. First of all, I wanted to mention, now that I've got a lot of people here, number one, I did videotape vlog the Dexa scan. It will be coming out in the next Tammy's Tidbits video. There has been some confusion about Patreon still. I have this one particular person who is really not happy that I am doing Patreon and putting content on there. And it's getting kind of frustrating to me. So if any of you out there are still confused about Patreon, go check last week's live chat so that you can learn about what Patreon is about. If you want to see the Dexa scan and how it worked and that vlog before everyone else, only 24 hours before people, 24 hours, go ahead and donate to my Patreon. So that's how you get to see the videos early. The only ones I show early are the ones that are non-teaching videos. They're the fun ones. So my vlogs, which are the Tammy's Tidbits, and my recipes. Those are the only ones that go early on Patreon. Everything else is just normal. And everyone does get to see these videos. They're not just Patreon-only content. Though I do reserve the right to create Patreon-only content if I want. Because my Patreons are awesome and they're donating to the cause every month. And if I get enough donations every month, I'm going to be able to purchase better gear. I'll have a better setup. It's going to make my life easier. And so I'm less stressed out so that it makes more time for me to do videos. That if I want this to be a job, which I do now want this to be a job, it needs to pay. And the Patreons are just one way of that happening. So if you want to see the whole scan and you want to see it before everyone else, go become a Patreon before next week because it's going to come out. I'm not exactly sure when. I'm hoping to get it out for Patreons by Friday and Saturday for you guys, but it might end up getting bumped to Monday, Sunday and Monday. Just depends on my life, because you just never know. This week should be calm, but you never know. You never know. I try to be as consistent as I can, but things don't always work out the way I want them to. So, the Dexa scan. If you don't know what a Dexa scan is, I don't even know what a Dexa scan is. It's like, kind of like an x-ray. You can see, here's my body. It's kind of like an x-ray, and it takes little sections of your body all the way down. And it does have mild radiation. It's not as high as an x-ray, but if you're doing them a lot, there's no guarantees that you're not going to have some problems from radiation. Like, if you're uncomfortable with radiation, you may want to go for something else. There's a hydrostatic weighing, which isn't as accurate, and you have to get dunked in a tank, and you have to blow all of your air out before you go down, and you have to try and stay down for as long as possible. They want you to stay down like for 24 seconds or something. It's ridiculous. I could never. There's also a scan called the bod pod, and I don't know if that one uses radiation, but apparently it's not as accurate as Dexa. Dexa claims, at least these guys claim, that it's only 1% inaccurate. So I don't know, like, if that's true. That may just be what they say because they're a business. So this is actually a business that is running near my home. There may be a business like this near you. When I searched for Dexa scan near me, I also found that the local universities, both of them, one of them is a half an hour south, one of them is about a half an hour northeast of me. Both of them do Dexa and hydrostatic weighing and bod pod. I think they had all three that they were like teaching at the university, so you could get it for very, very cheap. I think one of my universities was offering Dexa for $20 and the other one for $30. If you are already getting a Dexa scan for some other thing, like they sometimes do it for cancer or like bone issues like osteopenia, I think that's how you say it, you may be able to ask for the full readout of your body mass when you get something like that done. This was a business. They charged $67 for the visit for just one scan. When I was there, they offered a second scan for $30 more. So I went ahead and bought 2 scans. So I will be going back in about 3 or 4 months to see if anything has changed, if my lean mass has improved, if, you know, like, I wish I would have done it sooner. I really wish I would have done it like when I was bigger so that I could see the downward trend. So the cool thing about this business is that they're in the business of body recomposition. They're there to give you advice on how to fix the things that you're wanting to fix. So if it's lose more fat, they give you ideas on macros and on calories. If it's bring up your lean mass, they give you ideas on how to do that. They sell protein powders and things like that. I thought it was cool that they basically do offer or encourage a similar approach to what I do. Because when I told them what I was doing, they were like, yeah, you got it going on. And they told me that most women my age, so I'm 44, they told me that most women my age only have 70 pounds of lean mass. How's that possible? I cannot even imagine that. But when I did the Navy body fat calculator, so if you guys want to try and get an approximation of your lean and fatty masses, you can go try using the body fat calculator. I found that the body fat calculator was actually quite accurate. So I put in my measurements and weight and height from just this week, and I got almost exactly the same result as the Dexa, which was cool. And I put in my original numbers, because I measured everything back when I started. And it said that on the Navy body fat calculator, it said I would have started with only 67 pounds of lean mass and 80% body fat. Holy crap. I was like, that can't be right. That cannot be accurate. There's no way this Navy body fat calculator is accurate. Well, when I went and got the Dexa and it was so close to my current, I went, wait a minute, maybe it is accurate. So maybe I really started with 67 if average for my age is 70. There is a good chance that's what I started with when I started this journey. So that even makes my results even more exciting because, you know, I advocate the adequate protein moderate fat version of keto that Dr. Finney and Volek and Westman, and even Dr. Berry recommend. So this goes to show that because I did no like strength training exercises other than my ballet class the last 3 months, 4 months, whatever it's been, 5 months. How many months has it been since September? I don't know. I've lost count. And my clogging classes that I started last year, which is like 1 hour a week of light cardio. So I haven't done any like workouts at the gym or weightlifting or anything to increase my lean mass. The only thing I've done is follow this protocol from Dr. Finney to lose weight and retain lean mass. Well, okay, so here's my results. Here in the yellow is my body fat percentage, and it is 34.8%. 34! So if the Navy body fat calculator is correct, and I started out 80%, that is huge, you guys, huge! I cannot even believe the difference. And actually, I remember I did the Navy body fat calculator last year, and I was at 50, 53, something like that, and I was so disappointed. I remember thinking, well, that sucks. That's sucky. You know, like 50%, I thought that was horrible. Well, if I had known that I started at 80, I would have probably thought that was cool. But since last year, I've come down to 34 in just a year of doing this, which is insane. But right here is my favorite number. 117.65, which basically is 118 pounds of lean mass. 118. So I have basically doubled my lean mass since I began this journey. What? That is awesome. Like, that is awesome. I have been eating 120 grams of protein or more every single day for the last 2+ years. And this just goes to prove that the higher protein is worth it, even though it can raise your blood sugar levels, your glucose levels. That hasn't caused a problem with me losing weight, obviously. And hello, lean mass. And the more lean mass you have, the more muscle you have, the more you burn, right? I mean, plus my bone density is really good as well. So a lot of it is probably really strong bones, which they said probably was because I was so overweight for so many years. Though I had my bone density tested, gosh, only about 5 years ago, and it was at a 6. And it is now at, let's see, I think it was 7 point something. Oh, bone mineral content. Oh my heck, where is it at? I don't remember where it went. Right here it says bone mineral content 6.89 pounds, but I know that there's like a percentage that was like 7.3 or something, which was super high for my age. So my bones are in awesome shape, and my fat mass is going down, my lean mass is going up without a lot of strength training. Imagine if I had been doing strength training, you guys, that would be like, I bet it would be even better. But I'm going to be honest with you guys. Well, if you know me, which a lot of you do, you know I hate exercise, like with a passion. I endure ballet class, but I do not enjoy it. Like, really do not enjoy it. I love clogging, but it's more like fun. It's more just dancing rather than, you know, exercise. I don't really feel like I work up a sweat in that class. I'm just having fun most of the time. And like doing push-ups and stuff, like I'll do 3 push-ups and then I'm like, why am I doing this? I hate this so much. Like, I just despise it. And so I just can't ever see me being a gym rat. I can't ever see me being someone who's going in there to try and get stronger. So this is a relief to me that at least, even though I'm not able to push myself to gain lean mass, that this has helped me gain. And so I'm really curious because I'm only doing the fat loss macros for a couple more weeks. I have decided I really am going to take March, April, and May off and go back to doing a bit more maintenance calories. So a higher fat, but I keep my protein the same. So I'll still eat 120 protein, but I'll try and hit 120 fat every day as well. I think I will still continue to lose 1 or 2 pounds every month, regardless, because that's what's been happening to me when I've taken time off. But I'm so curious to see, after taking about 3 months of not trying to lose fat, just living, if things will change. I'm very curious. So there's a lot of stuff that they give you in this chart, and some of it I understood and some I didn't. They have a little chart here of like where you should be for your age, body fat percentage wise. So they marked me here. I am in the average for my age percentile right here according to their chart. I've looked up a bunch of charts online and I am overweight or obese in almost all of them. So I don't know like what theirs is based on, but for them as in their company, what they recommend, that's where I am at right now. I'm on the top end of average. So I want to get down here where they say is fitness. Fitness for my age is 27 to 31%. So I asked you guys and you followed through with the math. Thank you so much to all of you who took the time to actually figure out what X needed to equal. It looks like I need to get down to about 160 pounds to be about 27%. I mean, of course, that's give or take whether or not I put on more lean mass, but 160 is 10 pounds more than I thought I had to get to a reasonable body fat percentage. So I'm thrilled and excited because that means I'm even closer. Because, you know, I'm about 179, 180, 183, depending on the day. Right now, I'm just hovering in the low 180s. And so that really means that I only have like 20 pounds to go, which is like doable this year, right? I mean, I could really feasibly hit this year, even without even trying hard. Like, I won't even have to be like on fat loss macros for very long. So that's why I am going to go ahead and finish out this month. I did 2 months of pushing it really hard. Then I'm going to go back to eating higher fat for 3 months. And then I will push hard again in June and then reevaluate at that point. So that's my current plan. So in order to get there, I'm going to have to lose about 20-ish pounds to get to this one. If I want to get even lower, well, I mean, obviously I need to lose more than that. Being at 150 would probably be really, really nice weight for me. I don't know that I'm going to push that hard this year to get there. I'm so happy with everything about my weight loss, except, you know, of course, a little bit of loose skin that I don't love, but who knows how much of this mass, because like right here in my arms, it says I have a lot of fat, but that fat, that is where my arm was laying flat. And I think it's more skin than fat. I honestly think that I don't have as much fat in my arm as it says I do. And of course, it says 38% of my fat is through here, which we know. If you've seen me when I've shown my full body, I do that in Tammy's Tidbits. I also do it on Hide and Seek a lot. If you watch today's Hide and Seek video, I did a clean with me, and you get to see me in all my glory for a good like 4 minutes scrubbing the bathroom. You can see all my rolls and my butt and everything. You can see where my weight is sitting is all right here. And it's not that much. Frankly, I enjoyed watching that video. I've watched my speed clean probably 3 times last night, just admiring my butt because it looks good. So you guys should go over there and check out that video. Not that I want to put a plug in for Hide and Seek. Of course I do. Hello? Get on over there and subscribe to my family channel and watch my crap that I do every day. It's a lot, you guys. Okay. So then, yeah, I talked about the regional composition. It shows you, this is T, A, and G. I don't know what it means. Trunk, android, and gynoid. And how much percentage I have of each thing in there. So in my arms, I have 8 pounds basically of fatty tissue. My legs have 26 pounds. My trunk has 26 pounds. My android, which is the thinnest part of my body, and I knew it. Oh my gosh, you guys. Only 3.74 pounds of fat in my area up here. What? That is awesome. You guys realize that's my boobs, right? Do they take boobs into account? I mean, it looks like my boobs are pretty dense. I went in and got a mammogram, and they were like, we can't tell if you have cancer because we can't see anything in your boobs because it's just like, they're saggy, but they're dense apparently. I don't know what the deal is with that. Anyway, and then down here in the gynoid, it says 12 pounds of fat. So there's no way I have 26 pounds. Well, anyway. I don't think I have that much in my arms or whatever it says I have. 8 pounds of fat in my arms. No way. There's no way. No. When I go like this, I mean, you can see my muscle. It is so pretty. It's very defined in here. And then I just got all the sag. All the sag. All right, so let's see. What else do I have on here that I can share with you guys? She wrote all this kind of macro stuff on here and calories, and she crossed things out. This girl had no clue what to tell me. She knew that I knew more about nutrition than she did, and she was so uncomfortable. And she couldn't, since I'm not active, like an exerciser person, which most people are, I guess, that come in there. She didn't know, like, how many calories to give me for being a mom of 9 kids, because her brain, because she's young and a college student or something, she's very young and very thin. Like, her arms were like, I'm like, she's telling me I needed to go and like build my lean mass. And I was like, girl, you need to go build your lean mass. Your arms. Yeah. So she gave me all this gobbledygook and I was just like, whatever. The main number I love here. Okay. So if you see this number here, 1557, that's how many calories I need to sustain my lean mass per day. And they told me that if I eat less than that, I will lose lean mass. Guys, we know that that isn't true because I have been eating way less than that. Well, I eat below 1,300 calories a day most days. When I'm doing maintenance calories, obviously, it's more like 1,800. But I eat 1,300 calories a day and I am not losing my lean mass. I am not losing it. So she's telling me I needed to eat like 1,800 calories a day. I am sorry, if I eat 1,800 calories a day, I don't lose weight. Well, I lose about 1 to 2 pounds a month. Which is good. Actually, that's actually decent. It's not bad. So, yeah. And on gym days, I can eat 2,000 calories. No way. No way am I eating 2,000 calories like ever. Well, okay, maybe ever. I don't know. But, yeah. Anyway, I just laughed. I was like, okay, well, I appreciate this number because this is helpful. They also have another test, which I might do next time. Sorry, my daughter is texting me really important questions right now. Ronnie, they're killing me. She's asking me really important questions that I really should answer. So I may not be able to stay on here very long because I got to answer her. She's probably at lunch. She's trying to figure out scholarship stuff, which I have no idea. I'm not helpful to her at all. I didn't go to college. I know nothing about scholarships. My poor daughter. Okay, so anyway, it didn't measure my visceral fat. And they have another test there that tests BMR, where you lay there and like it literally monitors what you're burning. So I'm going to do that next time, I think, because that sounds cool. I didn't do that this time just because of time constraints. It was a busy day. On Saturday, it was my daughter went to Sweethearts. And so we were trying to fit the scan in everything else that was going on. And so we just did the scan only. Let's see. Muscle balance was interesting. It can tell me my right and legs, if they're my right and left legs, if they are the same or different. So I actually have bigger, obviously, right arm than left arm. 12 pounds of lean mass versus, wait, no, that's arms total. Wait. Where's right arm, left arm? 6.27 in my right and 5.69 in my left, which isn't dramatic and is, of course, like expected, especially I'm a mom. And so I tend to carry my kids, lift things with my dominant arm. So she encouraged me to try and use my left arm more, maybe do some weight-bearing exercise to try and even out my lean mass. My legs are significantly different. My right leg has 20 pounds of lean and 18 on my left. And that is because my left leg is actually an inch or a little bit more than an inch shorter than my right leg, which is why I look so awkward dancing to myself. Like my left leg is dramatically shorter. I always limp. It's been that way since I was 9 or 10 years old when they first diagnosed me with short leg. It's probably caused by mild hip dysplasia, though that was never diagnosed. I've had my kids tested for that because my sister has a short leg and my mom has a short leg. So obviously my left leg is shorter and so it's going to have less mass. But I also use my right leg more because of the fact that the left one is shorter. I tend to use my right one for lifting, for stepping first, that kind of thing. I'm more balanced on my right leg. So I don't know that there's much I can do about my legs, but I can try to pay more attention to it. So that's good. 26 pounds of fat in my legs. Total, let's see, total mass. That's total mass in my legs, which is 67 total, 38 lean, 26 fat in my legs. I don't know. It's interesting. Oh, and here's the bone density score. The score is like potential for osteoporosis or 1 and above is awesome, and I'm 3.5, which is like apparently as good as you can get. Oh, that's a good idea, Tammy. You could walk around with an ankle weight on my left leg. I could, though people might think I have some sort of home monitoring device on me. That would be funny. But I could, especially when I dance and do clogging and stuff. That might be a good idea. This one is only helpful when I come back. So this one gives me a dot where I am. And when I come back, it'll say like if it went up or down. And it'll give me a line, which is cool. I thought that they were going to push like their dietary supplements because they had like a big, huge shelf. But they didn't really do that. Mostly that the reason why is because I knew more about it than she did. I think she knew that I already knew what I was doing. All right, so that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing. And I did see that I have a super chat from Gloria. Thank you, sweetie. I appreciate it. So now I'm going to go to her question first. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to post them. I'll try and get as many as I can. I'm really going to try and stick to the hour today because I have some homeschool stuff that really needs to get done today. So I really can't afford the time to go over, though I love you all so much and I tend to be chatty. So, you know. So Gloria is asking, there are many discussions on the importance of omega-3s. I don't see you eating fish or taking fish oil supplements. How do you get your omega-3s, or do you not concern yourself with it? So I actually do take an omega-3. I don't really talk about it a lot. I don't eat a lot of fish just because I really don't love it. And here in Utah, trying to get fresh fish is just like, it's impossible. The only fish I care for is salmon, and it's just so expensive, and we just don't eat it. If I go to a restaurant, sometimes I will get it. But since I've been on keto, when I go to a restaurant, I want prime rib. I just want all the fat. Even though salmon is fatty, it does have those omega-3s. In my vitamin, Ritual Vitamins, it has lichen oil, I think, is the fat that they use for the fat-soluble D3. I also take another D3 that has another fish oil, fat-soluble oil along with it. So when I'm taking my vitamin D, my actual multivitamin, I am taking some omega-3s. Am I taking them because I think omega-3s are super healthy and important? Not necessarily. I think I'm just taking them because they happen to be in the D3. And the D3 is what I'm taking because that helps me with my depression. As you guys saw at the beginning of January, it was bad. And the more D3 I've taken, the better I have felt. And of course, there is more sunshine. There's an hour more of sunshine now than there was a month ago, which is like a blessing. Helps so much. I don't know how people can live in places where there's no sunshine. I would die. I would die. I couldn't even make it. And so I take it for that reason. But I'm not like really super knowledgeable on its vital importance in health, I guess. So I do take it, but I don't know why. Does that make sense? So if you feel like you feel like you want to take it, that's a good way to get it, is to find a vitamin D3 supplement that has a fish oil along with it. If I'm ever doing a PSMF, which I've only done once for 6 days, and that was horrible, miserable. Protein sparing modified fast. It's part of the protocol to take it. So I do have another separate fish oil supplement that I have taken when I did that. But I just don't feel like, I feel really healthy without it. Like my skin is looking really good. My hair is looking really good. And I don't know if that's the oils in the D3 or if it's the D3, but it's both. I mean, it's probably a combination of both. I mean, my hair is growing a lot faster this year, I feel like. Because, well, I don't know. I get it cut to here in June, and then I let it grow out again until June. This is my favorite length. It's finally there. It's the cutest. I love this length so much. So that's why I don't cut my hair. And we are going to be characters in the recital this year. Yeah. I don't know how I feel about that yet. Painting my face and bashing guitars and stuff and clogging, but gonna do it because we're all doing it. So yeah, I have to grow my hair out for that too. So I can make my hair 80s style, right? I mean, yeah. Anyway, I hope that answered your question, Gloria. Thank you again for the super chat. If it didn't, respond down below and I will definitely get that. I'll keep checking and seeing if you said something about that. So I'm going to pop up and just see if there's any questions or things we can talk about from people that, while I was chatting. And then you guys can start asking questions. So start asking the questions, and when I get down there, I will answer as many as I can in the next 20 minutes. If your question is a burning question, you don't want me to miss it, you can do like what Gloria did and give a little donation. It does pop it up in front of me really quickly so that I see it, and I make sure to get to it right away. But I do try really hard to answer every question. I usually don't leave people hanging, and I try really hard not to, especially with only 70 people in the chat. When we get up to 90, it gets tricky. It seems like it gets a little bit to the point where I may not be able to answer everyone. So right now we're at 70, so I think we're okay. If you want, you can give this video a thumbs up. I see only 19 thumbs ups. Give me a few more. All right, let's see. Oh, that one might be above my... That's interesting. Okay, so Debbie Lyman. She says, I'm thinking of trying this Lifeline screening offered here where I live, which screens plaque, arterial fibrillation, abdominal aortic aneurysm, peripheral arterial disease, and osteoporosis risk. That is interesting. I wonder if that's like they use a Dexa scan for part of it and then they have like other tests. If you do it, be sure to come back on and let us know the results. I'm curious because the only things I've really done is blood test, and I went to see the doctor, and they basically told me, oh, you're fine. They didn't really give me anything, like, health-wise to, like, worry about. And then they sent me for the mammogram, which was basically a waste of time since they said, like, they couldn't even tell if I had cancer or not because my breast tissue, the fat, was too dense to see, which... That makes me kind of happy, which means like the rest of my breast tissue should maybe stay for a while. But it also makes me worried about the tissue in my belly, wondering if there's a lot of dense tissue there as well. I watched this YouTube family, Bonnie Holine is her name, and she actually went and had her diastasis recti fixed, and then she had a tummy tuck, and she had lipo. And the lipo doctor, when he was taking out her fatty tissue in her midsection, told her that her fatty tissue was so dense, she probably wouldn't have been able to lose it with diet and exercise. And I went, oh, when I saw that result with my mammogram, I thought, oh no, I hope that's not my issue in my belly fat, because surgery and lipo is literally like the last thing on the planet that I ever think I want to do. It's definitely possible in the future, especially if I get enough Patreons. I might be able to afford it. I don't know how I'd afford it at this point. I mean, the payments per month or whatever that it is when you do it. I know that my insurance won't cover it. I don't have any health issues. It doesn't cause me any kind of pain or rashes or whatever else people say. I guess I'm lucky. My skin's just good and I don't have any like problems from my loose skin. It's not in my way at all. And so I don't think that my insurance would cover it. And I don't have any problem with I don't have a diastasis recti issue. So I couldn't even like get in for that and try and get the extra. So it would truly be a tummy tuck / lipo if I went in. She looks so good. It's tempting me because she's like tiny now. And she started out when she went in for the surgery probably about my size, and now she's just like teeny tiny and looks so good and healthy, and I'm just like, oh, maybe. But I'm like, I don't know, I keep hoping that if I just keep plugging through that some of this belly will go away. I know a lot of it is loose skin and there's not much you can do about loose skin, but if it's dense fatty tissue that's never going away, that might make me cry my eyes out. But I have to say, my butt looks good, right, Debbie? Debbie Lyman says she already watched that video. My butt looks good. Am I right? Am I right? Like, Thank the Lord my butt has not sagged to my knees. It's looking pretty nice. You got to be grateful for the simple things because, you know, as spending the last, what? I don't even know. I guess 20 plus, 25 plus years, 26 plus years as an obese person. I was probably obese before that. But as a 300-pound plus woman, I have been about 20 years as a 300-pound plus woman, except for the one stint where I lost the 100 pounds and got down to 225, which I talked about in my last Tammy's Tidbits video. I have not ever been this thin. And so to get this far and have some things not sag is a huge blessing. Because as you well know, spending that many years in an obese situation, your skin does not like to go back to where it belongs, and things don't like to be young looking and pretty. So anything on me that looks young looking, that makes me happy. That makes me happy. So, all right. Hey, Amanda, our Life the Keto Way, she's here. Oh my heck, Michelle Bowker, Dr. Barry is your actual doctor? I love that. You are a lucky girl. Lucky, lucky girl. That's awesome. So Tammy Level says her son gets a scan for Crohn's disease. So I wonder, like, if you're getting your scan for something else, if you can get your body mass results as well. I mean, I don't see why not. I'd ask. If I was going in, I was hoping I could come up with some way to get in there, but there was nothing. There was literally nothing. So I don't think you missed a lot, Jennifer. I think you were here before I started, so that's good. Let's see. Louisa Cofresi? I don't even know. I love that. She says I look 28. Nah, look at it. I got these things right here. I look good on YouTube. I don't know why. It's a combo of my light. My light is nice. I got a nice light. It's super cheap too, like $30. Less than actually, it may have been less than that on Amazon. It's a little clip-on light thing. And my makeup, which is on point today, I must say. Good heavens. It looks good today. Some days, not so much. And the YouTube has a filter, I swear. I swear it has a filter because I look so much better on live chat than in real life or on my regular videos. Even with the good lighting. I don't know. Maybe. So, yeah, I should probably not talk about that a million times because, you know, let's talk about, like, important stuff. We have, like, 13 minutes. All right. Karen said she had the same problem with her mammogram and they made you come back for a second and then sent you for an ultrasound. Oh, they didn't do that to me. Should I be worried about that? They basically said we see nothing to be concerned about, but we can't guarantee there's nothing there because you have dense tissue. Which is hilarious because when they put me in that thing, like, it spreads out like and it's dense, all right. Ay. Craziness. Hey, Eilika. Life Health Now with Eilika is here. I didn't realize that. Hi, girl. Let's see. Right? 2,000 calories just sounds ridiculous if you want to lose weight. I just can't imagine that. Unless, I mean, eating 2,000 calories with fat is different than eating 2,000 calories with carbs. If I eat 2,000 calories with carbs, I become a giant balloon. If I eat it with fat, who knows? I don't know. We'll see. Hey, Seema Ruby. Good to see you. I have had good results in January and February. I have lost a lot of mass. Fat mass. I'm super happy about it. Super happy. All right. So it looks like I got everybody that was before. Yeah, so Nicole says, that's a cool scan. We totally regret, as in she and her husband, who are both on keto, not getting formal before scans and blood work. I'm 1 year after keto and still hesitant to go to the doctor. I was the same way. I was too afraid what they would say. Because the last time I was at the doctor was right after I had Jasper, and they basically told me I had to lose weight or die. And I needed to take blood pressure medication. And then I never came back, and I didn't take my blood pressure medication either. And so I was too scared to go in for fear the doctor would try and stop me from losing weight the way I wanted to, which was a huge fear for me because it was working and there was no one on this planet, not any doctor, that was going to stop me from doing it. So I was afraid to go in for fear they would try and stop me or say it was not healthy or argue with me or whatever. So I never went in. And so I didn't get any blood results from before because the blood tests they did during pregnancy were not the right ones. I even went back to check and they weren't. They didn't do any basic blood tests. It was all pregnancy related crap. Even though they took like 40 vials of blood from me. What is the deal with that? And then I went back this time and everything was in normal ranges. And so they were basically like, you're fine. So I have no idea if things changed over time, which would be nice to know. It really would be nice to know. But, you know, I get that fear. I really do, because I had the same thing. Mahi mahi is like a cross between halibut and salmon. Yeah, it's okay. It's tuna and it's good. I don't mind it, but it's like not, I just don't think to buy fish. I don't know. I just don't think about it. Kindred Echo, good to see you. Tammy Ringer, hello. April Wooten, thank you for the compliment. I am feeling great. Wendy Works, hi. Good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. Nicole, have I ever had a kidney stone? Nope, I have not. My husband has, and it was horrible. I felt really bad for him. And the doctors told him to stop drinking his diet soda and his energy drinks, and he didn't. And he has never had anyone after that. So, I don't know. But I've never had one, so I don't know if keto makes it worse or better, because I don't have any experience with that, but probably not. Kindred Echo said, what did you think about the numbers I gave you for the 27% body fat? I talked about that earlier, but just in case you missed it, I thought it was awesome. Thank you so much. I'm excited that I don't have as much to lose as I thought. It's a relief. It feels so much more like reachable now, because like at 150 felt like so unreachable to me, but 160 for some reason, just, I think I can get that. I really think I can get that. So I think I can get that this year for sure. And I was thinking I could try for 150, but was going to be disappointed if I didn't get there. So now I'm like relieved that I don't have as far to go this year, because it's my goal to go slowly this year. So like I said, I'm pushing really hard right now, but then I'm going to go and take like, eat more, like 1,800 calories a day for 3 months. Then I'm going to do June, another push, and then to reevaluate. But I'll probably do July through September at the higher calories and hit it again in October, and then hopefully be done. That's my goal. Maybe. I don't know. Goals change, right? That's my current goal. That's my current plan of what I plan to do this year. The reason behind that, there's multiple reasons. Number one, because at this point, my body literally feels like I'm sucking it dry of fat. It's begging me to eat more fat. I feel so like deflated. And I'm not enjoying it as much. When I first started out, like my body had plenty of body fat to burn and it was happy. It is not as happy now when I'm doing it. It's a lot harder than it was at the beginning. So if I take those times where I can eat a lot more fat, my body is happier with me. I feel happier. And also March through May is my busy season in my businesses. So I'm now running the 2 keto channels, but trying to keep up with that with my photography business is going to be the biggest challenge I have ever faced. I photograph 2 dance studios, plus we have all these competitions, and I'm at competition all day. So I have to be able to have foods that I can eat like on the go, like Nicole does. So Nicole and her husband, Team Kingsbury Keto on Instagram, they are always on the go. So in the next few months, I'm going to be really paying close attention to Nicole's Instagram channel, because she offers a lot of things that can be done on the go. And I am like at these competitions, like 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. like all day. And I cannot leave most of the time. Though sometimes Dave can run and grab me things. So I eat a lot of fast food during this time, which means I need my caloric intake to be higher. I tend to eat more meals, and I'll often do like a snack meal in the middle. So I'll do a big breakfast like I do, and then I'll do like a protein bar, peanuts, cheese meal in the middle, or a keto cake or something with that. So I do like a higher fat protein. Protein is at least 30 usually on those. And then a bigger protein dinner. And so I hit higher protein and a higher fat when I'm doing it. And I think my carbs are a little higher too. And I don't know, I'm probably riding on the edge of ketosis during the time I'm taking a break. But I feel like my body likes the break, and I feel like my skin has more chance to heal when my body is not focused on burning fat so much. It gives my body a chance to like recover. I mean, I don't have any scientific facts on that, but I'm the opposite when it comes to body healing, because the way I feel when I'm fasting, I just don't feel like my body is getting benefit. Whereas when I'm eating the higher fat with the higher protein, I feel like my body is happier. And maybe that's just my spirit that's happier, but that's why I'm doing it the way I'm doing it. I really feel like it's better for my skin. My skin is not too bad considering, and this is what I did last year. So I don't know if you guys paid attention. Last year, I did the same thing. So I hit it hard in January and February. I was depressed. I had forgotten, but I went back and watched my videos. I was depressed in January and February, which just goes to prove that January sucks. And I'm going to have to remember to bump up my vitamin D long before January hits next year. I'm going to remind myself I'm going to do that. And January and February, hit it hard, the weight loss. Then because of craziness, March, April, May, I took basically the time off and ate lazy keto all during that time. Hit it again in June and lost 20 pounds, which was probably a lot water weight because of the eating the bars. Because I tend to eat the ones that have maltitol because they're available easier. And I know that that's probably putting my blood sugar up. I'm going to try hard to not do that this time. There's so many more bars available. I can buy like in bulk. I think I'm going to try and do that, though I don't know if I can get it done before March 1st and 2nd, which is my first competition. I'm going to try. So I'm going to try and be better about that. But anyway, I lost a lot of weight in June, and then I took July, August, September off, but I still lost about 2 pounds every 4 weeks. And then I hit it again in October, and I can't remember how much I lost. I think it was 7 or 8. And then I took the months off. And I still lost 61 pounds last year, taking most of the year off and eating higher fat. Eating the higher fat. So I'm still, even with eating fat to satiety, I'm still burning more than I can consume, more than I want to consume, except the holiday. The week after Christmas, I pigged out on fat so bad, I actually gained fat, which sucked. So you can gain if you eat too much. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. I knew it wasn't water weight because it didn't come back off, and I had to work it back off. Water weight's easy to tell because I feel kind of bloated, and it comes back off in 2 weeks. So I don't know. Is that even like helpful? I hope so. I hope so. Gives you an idea of what my plan is for this year so that you guys can keep an eye on me. And so don't get disappointed in March, April, and May when I'm weighing in and my weight's not going down, because my goal is for it to not go down. I'm practicing at maintenance so that when I finally hit my goal, I don't keep going past where I want to go, because I don't want to go past where I feel good. I don't want to get to the point where I look like, who looks not attractive as a very skinny person right now? Celine Dion. Have you seen her recently? I don't want to look like that. When I can start to see every little thing in my neck, I'm going to be a little concerned. I like this right now. If I lose any more in my neck, I'm going to cry. If I lose much more in my face, I'm going to cry. I like my apple cheeks. They make me who I am. It's hard. It's hard to see yourself in the mirror and go, that isn't me, but it is me. It's like a new me, and it's a new normal. And taking that time to get used to it really helped me to adjust to the new normal, because when I got into the 190s, so like when I went into Wonderland, I really had to take a break because I had to really absorb where I was. And I stayed in the 190s most of the second half of last year because of that. I just really felt like, whoa, not ready. Panic, anxiety, it set in. So it's now my new normal. Hey, Terry, thank you for the super chat. Where's your question, girly? If you guys give a super chat, you got to ask me something important so that I feel like I'm giving you something for your donation. I appreciate it so much. You do not have to do that, girls. You guys are like, you guys are paying my bills right here. You too. Every week. I love you. Oh, I'm going to do something special for you guys. I need to come up with some spectacularly awesome thing to do for you to say thank you, because I so appreciate it. You are kidding me, Nicole. You went to school with Bonnie Holeen and the Griffiths? Ah! I'm fangirling so bad right now. I liked you so much, and now I like you so much more. Why do you have to live so far away? Why do you always have to be in a truck? You and Karen, we need to like live in the same neighborhood. Be always talking. But yeah, like I am so fangirling over them. So I started hide and seek because of This Is How We Bing 'Em. But right after I started hide and seek, I found all the Griffiths family, and holy crap, am I dying over them. I want to be them. They are my heroes. Especially Ruby from 8 Passengers. If you guys have watched Ruby from 8 Passengers, she is cool. She is so like, I don't even know the word. Like Bonnie is so sassy and like so like into her like nails and hair. And Ruby is like, freaking kids, do what I say. I just love her. I'm like a cross between the two of them. I'm too nice most time with my kids, and then I'll come down laying down the law and scare the crap out of them. Like I did to my poor 23-year-old this last week, which is why I didn't even talk to him this morning, even though it is his birthday. I feel bad. He's not happy with me right now. Let's just put it that way. I came down on him pretty hard. And I go from that to, oh, and I like my, I don't do my nails. Can you even see? What the heck? It doesn't focus on my hands. These are my real nails, guys. I do not do my nails. This is from vitamin D3 and jeans. I have good nails too. And good hair. I'm lucky. It's jeans. It's my grandma. Both my grandmas on both sides looked amazing. They both died at 93 and they both maybe looked 78. Not even that. Like they looked good when they died. So I'm lucky that way. But yeah, I like to do my makeup occasionally, but I don't get crazy about it like Bonnie Holeen. But I do tend to like shopping for clothes and looking cute more so than Ruby. But then I tend to be like a parent like Ruby and have a big family like Ruby. Okay, I gotta stop talking. You guys, go watch all of them. The Griffiths family. They're awesome. And they all live within driving distance of me. They all live within driving distance. Someday I'm going to meet them. Actually, I did meet Bonnie Holeen and got my picture taken with her in October. And it was freaking awesome. And she was so awesome in public, like to get like in person, that person. She reminded me of me so much in person. And she was still recovering from her surgery. And I had to like hug her gentle because I knew she was suffering. And she came and talked at that conference anyway. God, that woman, I love her. And people criticize her all the time and it just ticks me off because she is so awesome. All right, let's see. Thank you for saying I have a nice butt. Cellulite, good question. I haven't even thought, Tammy, I haven't even thought about cellulite. Maybe I don't have a ton of it, and maybe that's why I don't think about it. I'm trying to think when I look at my butt in the mirror, does it have a lot? I don't know. Like, cellulite is so not even on my radar because I literally have been over 300 pounds for my entire adult life. Cellulite is just part of my life. And I'm LDS. I'm a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and we are very modest. And so we don't like show our legs much. And, you know, even my arms, we're supposed to keep covered to keep out here. We're not supposed to wear anything revealing unless we're doing something like exercise or, you know, swimming or whatever. Then we can wear stuff like that. But like for the daily life, we cover up, you know, to almost the knee and to here, and don't show belly. And so like, I don't think about it so much because like nobody ever sees it. I never wear like shorty shorts because I can't. My legs look pretty good, I have to admit, except for my inner thighs, which have tons of loose skin. They remind me of elephant ankles. My inner thighs, which makes me super self-conscious to wear a bathing suit without a skirt, because I feel like everyone's going to stare at my loose skin on my thighs. So cellulite, I don't know. I mean, for a very brief time, I considered doing a fascia blaster, but it's too much work. Guys, I don't have time for stuff like that. Like, I can't care about my body enough that way. I can barely find time to dance when I'm at the dance studio. And even when I'm in class, something bad always happens to Jasper because nobody ever watches him. And I mean, he got his finger cut one time and he's always crying and screaming, and I'm always having to leave class, and it's so embarrassing. I cannot even find time at the dance studio to comfortably exercise. So trying to find time to blast my fascia, it's probably not going to happen. But I have heard good things about it. I don't know. Danielle Self says, you give me hope. I'm so scared because of the rise in obesity-related cancers. I need to get healthy for my kid and hubby. Yep, kids and hubby. Exactly. I need to be as healthy as I possibly can. People ask me, because of being a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, we have a guideline that we don't eat a lot of meat, or at least we're not supposed to. And so people are always giving me crap about my caffeine and about my meat consumption. And I am just like, you know what? It's a different day and time, and I'm square with God. He's cool with me. He is cool with what I'm choosing to do. Maybe he doesn't agree with what I'm doing perfectly, but he loves me, and we're cool. That's my answer to that. I'm like, he doesn't expect us to be perfect because none of us can be. We aren't supposed to be, guys. We weren't made to be perfect. We were made to be good. So as long as you're trying to be good, that's all that matters. I'm not worrying about nitpicky stuff like that. So, I mean, I try and be modest, and I try and follow the rules that are strong, fast rules. But when it comes to the fringe stuff, I like do what I need to do to be okay. You know what I mean? I do what I need to do. And when it comes to weight loss, I got to do this. I got to. Karen, that makes me sad. Karen Marie, she's one of my moderators over on Facebook. She says, I wouldn't stress the breast tummy fat density issue. I've had really dense breasts my entire life, and now there's nothing left. I thought I was safe. No. I have had such a big chest my whole entire life. By the time I graduated from high school, I was a triple D, which is what I am now. And there was a point where I was probably an M. So I can't even imagine there not being anything left. What I've got is very saggy, but at least it puts into a bra well. Oh, I'm sorry, hon. That happened to my mom too. And then she had breast implants and then gained a whole bunch of weight back. And then she became giant like me and felt sorry for me. And then she had gastric bypass and lost most of that weight and went back to normal. But then she said she had two. I should probably not say that. Sorry, Mom. I'm giving away all your secrets. Sometimes she watches this. Sorry, Mom. I shouldn't say. Oh, I know. Having a keto doctor would be awesome. Karen, you've still got some belly a little bit. That's yeah. I just figure I'm gonna have something there because of my loose skin, no matter what I do. Interesting. You're freezing it. Kelly Peters says she does. She puts water in a hot water bottle, freezes it, and puts it on her stomach, and it's helped reduce the stomach fat. I always wondered about that cool sculpting that they do, whether or not it's real or not. I don't know. I'm skeptical about stuff like that. Also, another thing I probably won't do because I don't have time. I do exfoliate a lot. I have an exfoliator, strip cloth that works really well that I can do my whole back and arms and everything. I do that in the shower. But that's pretty much all I do. That and lotion is pretty much all I do. Megs Blue says, I've been stuck at 33 pounds lost for a week. I'm trying not to get discouraged. I got lazy with tracking, which may be part of it, but I've been going to the gym so much I can't help but feel down. The scale lies. That's my answer. I go up 6-7 pounds. I mean, this morning I weighed in at 185. What the crap? And I'm doing everything I know I'm supposed to do. It just goes up and then it goes back down. It's annoying as heck. I try not to worry too much, but I understand it can be painful to work really hard and see no results. That's why I always say to measure and check your body composition, take pictures, all of that. All right. Oh, you were diagnosed with Graves' disease and you're too afraid to take the methimazole. Is that how it is pronounced? Methimazole? To get the, because you're worried it might gain it back. That would make me nervous too. I don't know what to tell you about that. You should do what your doctor tells you. You should do what your doctor tells you. You really should. Let's see. I can make it to my goal. I know I can. I'm so excited. I can't believe I'm so close. Terry Deshawn, I can't get my macros right. Where do I calculate? Carb manager can't be right. Does anyone else get only 17 net carbs a day? Go to my Facebook group and get it out of my chart. We did 20 because nobody should have to eat less than 20. You can sometimes eat more than 20, but we did 20 to just be safe. And then we did the really high level of Finney's protein. That's something I should talk about. Shoot, we're at 110. Dang it, I knew this was going to happen. But I need to talk about this. So we are at the high end of Finney's recommendation of average lean body mass. At least I thought we were, because that's what we figured out looking online. It seems to be a really good amount of protein for people though. So I stand behind it and I stand behind my macros. But like I said, we aren't nutritionists or scientists. We did it based on basic math, based on Finney's recommendations and a caloric deficit. But if you want strict macros like what I use, there's a chart at the top of the Facebook group in the pinned post, and then you just plug those into your app. I can help you plug them into Chronometer. I don't know about Carb Manager. I know there are people on the board that do it, but that is what I recommend. If you don't have Facebook, which I know you do, but if you don't, if you're watching this and you don't, you can always email me at ketochaos@gmail.com, and I will just send you the whole pinned post right in email. I'll do it right away. Send it on. I have it right on my phone, and I just send it really quick. If you write, I will warn you, if you write me a super long email, I won't send it right away because I will feel like I need to write a super long email in response, and I will put it off because I don't have time to write a super long email. Some people have been the receivers of this situation. So if you really want it quickly, I just want you to write, "Hey, Tammy, I love all you do. I'd really love your chart because I'm not on Facebook." And I will send it really quickly. But I will respond with a nice email if you do write me a nice email. It just takes me a while because I'm so busy. So busy. If I can't write it in a couple of sentences, it gets put off. Okay, so really quickly, this number, okay? So I was already given crap on my Facebook group by someone who's always pushing me because she just wants me to be better, I guess. I don't know what she just questions things a lot. And I don't question. If it works for me, I like tell people, and I'm like, don't worry about it, just do it. You know, that's how I kind of do things. I said on my Facebook group that I wasn't going to change my macros based on this number because it would be the same. And she said, but wait a minute, that's only 53 kilograms, and Dr. Finney's high end is 2 grams of protein per kilogram. That puts you at 107 point whatever. You should be lowering it if you're going by what you say that you follow Dr. Finney. And I'm like, well, that is true. I could lower it, but literally the thought of lowering my protein makes me want to poke my eyeballs out. I love my protein level. It's good, and I usually overeat it. Most days I hit 125 to 135 protein, and I like that, and I don't intend to change it. Whether or not it's most beneficial, what Dr. Finney recommends or not, it's working for me. And like I've said before, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So it may be on the higher end of protein, but it hasn't messed with my weight loss yet. And I'm just going to keep doing that. So if anyone was curious about that, technically based on this number, I should lower my protein to 108 grams. But the thought of that makes me want to die. So I'm not going to do it. Sorry. All right. Sorry, guys. It's an hour and 14. We got to hurry. Let's see. I'm the same height and weight as you. I had the goal of 160. The closer to 160 I can see, I don't have very much to lose. I'd be a skeleton at 140, 150. Okay. Good to know. I want to be close to a skeleton, but not actually a skeleton. I want to be really close, but nice. And I feel like I have enough muscle tone, like in my arms and legs. They look nice, that I don't think I'm going to look super uber thin. Like if I keep going, I think I'll look okay. So we'll see. But we'll see. Like up here, I worry because obviously, like building muscle in my neck is not something I'm planning on doing anytime soon. But I don't really want it to get much thinner than that. It's thin enough. Makes me nervous. Up here, I am like thin enough. I need the down here's to go. Down here's. Let's see. Okay. Amanda says she doesn't have Facebook. She tried to look around my page but couldn't find the macros. It's in the group. So you're going to have to email me, Amanda, because it's in the group. You have to actually join the group, answer the questions, and get added into the group by me and my moderator team to be able to see it, because it's in the pin post at the top of the discussion group. It's a discussion group. And you guys, I mean, if you're not on Facebook, join it and make sure you write in the answers, hey, I'm a friend of Tammy. I just joined Facebook, because otherwise we might not let you in if you just join Facebook, because a lot of bots do that. But if you join Facebook to join the group, you will be happy you did, because there's a lot of discussion and I answer a lot of questions on there. I try and be on there at least once a day and answer as many things as get asked. So if you really want help, free help at that, go on to the Facebook group if you can, because that's where a lot of this help takes place and you can get more out of it than just even talking to me here. Your question's more likely to get answered, though talking about it is easier for me than typing it out. All right. But yeah, Amanda, you have my email. I know we've emailed each other, but I would say I'd remember to send it, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to remember. Sherry Akuta, how do you do it? 9 kids, photography, YouTube, homeschool. I'm a homeschool mama of 4 and I feel stretched. God. I have no idea. I have to say, we do only the basics in homeschool. We don't do anything extra. We do history once a week. We do language arts every day. We do read alouds 3 times a week. We do math every day. We work on spelling once a week. Not always. We work on grammar once or twice a month when it gets brought up. We kind of slack on the homeschool and do just the basics. My kids are really artsy, so we do a lot of artistic things. They do a lot of music and dance. That's the bulk of their schooling. They all have art-focused goals in life. My oldest is now branching out his career as I don't even know what you call it. It's like a podcast voice character. So people hire him to read characters in their podcasts. It's pretty cool. It's really cool, actually. I'm really proud of him. He's doing something cool. And I'm just like, ooh, I'm giddy over it. It's like a job I would do. I love that idea. And he's 23, and so he's just kind of coming into his own. My 20-year-old is an artist, so he's going to go into animation of some kind, that kind of thing. He's working toward that. My third is a music producer. He already has his own YouTube channel called Leo Soze, Xoze, official, Leo Soze official. I usually link it on my hide and seek videos at the end in the end card. He is already producing music and putting it out on Spotify. He isn't making money off of it yet, but he will. So, and my other kids are dancers. My daughter, even that my daughter that we adopted is a dancer. She is already teaching dance. She's doing some summer intensives for dance studios this year. She graduates in May and she's starting college in the fall. She's my only kid that likes school. She goes to public. She wanted to. It's what she does. So I don't know. The answer is every day we decide what's the priority and we do the priority. That means my housework never gets done. So that cleaning video is priceless because I deep clean like that my bathroom probably only once every couple of months. I do like light cleaning once a week and that's about it. The rest of my house, my kids cleaned. The bathroom, the laundry, my room, which is a giant disaster, which if I turn this around, I know Amanda has seen my room. Right, Amanda? Am I right? She has seen it. It is scary in here. That was like the most embarrassing moment of my entire life. I was chatting with her and accidentally switched the camera around and I was like, ah, you just saw my room. It's so embarrassing. But yeah, that's right. We don't clean the house as much. The kids do their chores only once a day and I have a lot of people. I mean, there's a lot of things that slide. YouTube, I can really only focus on one channel at a time. So if I'm really gung-ho working on hide and seek, this channel kind of tends to fall off the radar a little, and then I'll build this one back and go, and that's what I'm right now. I'm focused on Keto Chaos, and then in next, probably in dance season, I'll be focusing more on hide and seek. And so I still put up the same amount of videos, but it just feels like my mental connection really affects how the channel does. On hide and seek, my subscribers are dropping like flies, which is really sad for me, and I don't get it, but I don't have time to like deal with that. I just keep putting out the videos best I can because I'm focusing on you guys right now. And when I know when my focus switches here, it seems to get like people get bored, and I don't know, it's such a tricky balance. Photography, I've given up almost all my photography. I'm no longer doing weddings. I did one in December because it was between things. I do an occasional family if they beg me, but the only photography I do right now is dance studios, and that's because that's how I pay for the bulk of my tuition. I do 2 dance studios, and it is scary hard, and I do it all myself. There's 200 students each studio, and it's a lot of work. And so during March through May, I feel like I want to die most of the time. It's really, really hard. My kids, we do the best we can. We do the best we can. We push really hard at the beginning of the school year because we know at the end of the school year, we're going to fall off and die. And I even slack on my responsibilities of like reporting. We do like an online like reimbursement program, and I'm supposed to report on what they do every Friday, and it's really easy. And I fell off on Eloise's so badly, they kicked me out of the program and told me I had to pay back the $1,100 I owed them from reimbursements last week. And I cried my eyes out a lot because I was like, I let this slide, and here I'm in a bad situation. And I literally wrote them a letter begging them for one more chance. They gave me one more chance, but they basically made me handwrite a letter that said I had agreed to do it every week, and if I'm late at all with one, they will kick me from the program for the rest of her life, and she's 8. Dying. So things do slip through the cracks. I am not perfect. I try to be the best mom I can. Luckily, my kids are amazing. They get along really well. I don't have to do a lot of micromanaging of them. They do their assignments really well. I mean, I hope they're working on assignments. I think they're working on Valentine's for their friends right now. Most likely. And my 16-year-old is working on music because that's all he does. He won't do anything else. Trying to get him to do anything else is like painful. My 13-year-old is probably still asleep because he's 13 and they do that. Yeah. Anyway, oh my gosh, don't get me talking about my kids. I'll never stop talking. All right. I got to see if there's any really, really, really important question. And if there's not, I have to go. I love you all, but I have to go. I really, really, really need to go. So let's see. Oh, Terry, I'm sorry. She said her therapist just diagnosed her with body dysmorphia and it's getting bad. Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't struggle with that. When I look at myself, I really feel like I look good, and it kind of breaks my heart because you look so good, Terry. I've seen you. You look so amazing. Hang in there. Hang in there. You're really, really helping me out. And that makes me so sad for you. And I know that it's just like, it's really hard for our brains to wrap around it. And I don't know how much time it takes to get to that point, to feel skinny, because I've just been really lucky that my brain has kind of morphed that way and been able to keep up with the weight loss, though it won't last. So I'll get to this new weight and then I feel really thin for a really long time. And then all of a sudden I'm like, ooh, I need to lose some more. And so I don't know what that is. I don't think it's body dysmorphia, but I don't know. Oh, and I missed you. Oh, sweetie. Stop it. Quit sending me, buddy. Tara's the best. Oh my gosh. I love you. You're so sweet. Okay, let's see. Karen, I love you. Karen Rothwell, you guys. I have met her in real life, and she's the freaking coolest person on the planet. And if Karen lived next door, I would be at her house every flippity-flapping day. We would chit-chat, and I am trying so, so hard to come and see you this summer, Karen. Like, I want to come to Florida so bad for our 25th anniversary, but apparently tax laws have changed in Utah, and I may be getting way less back on my taxes than I thought. And with the extra money I made from YouTube, probably won't have enough money to do that and send Ronnie on a senior trip. Of course, right? Of course. So I'm still hoping. I'm going to be talking to you next month about money and see where we're at. And I want to come to Florida and see you so bad. But she says her bedroom is a total pit. And that makes me feel so good because you guys don't have 9 kids making it a mess. And all her kids are older. All right. All right. I really, 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 really got to go. But I really, really love keeping talking to you guys, especially there's so many of you still here. And so I just hate to say goodbye, but I really have to. We're at an hour and 25, and I'm glad you guys can still hear me because I talked like for an extra 10 minutes last time or something and it cut me off. So I'm glad to see that you still hear me. But Karen, if it makes you feel any better, I can guarantee you when all my kids are grown and gone that my bedroom will still be a pit because that is how I function best. Before I had kids, my room was a pit. When I grew up, my room was a pit. It's just the way it is. How much is it for Ronnie's trip? We don't know the price on it yet. So, Terry, don't start sending me cash for the Florida trip. No, no, no. I have to talk to Karen about it and figure it out because the goal is to get Ronnie and Oliver to go to Florida with their friends will pay their way and they'll pay their way. And I and Dave will go with them and we'll all get a B&B or something or like an Airbnb or something or I'll stay with Karen. I would die to stay with Karen. And go to Disneyland and stuff and like not be together, but yet still keep an eye on my kids because I worry about Ronnie, especially because she's adopted and you just never know in this country. She's from India and it makes me nervous to let her go places without me. But that's what we want to do. But we'll see. We have to still get our taxes done. We haven't even started them and I don't even like have time to deal with them yet, though I will be getting them done very soon because I got to get them done in the next 2 weeks. So I will keep in touch with you, Karen, and message you and all of that. I have PTSD over gaining the weight back too, Tasha. I seriously do. Like, absolutely do. It is my worst fear. I have nightmares that people hold me down and feed me cake. I wake up scared to death and my heart beating thinking, carbs! It's bad. It's bad. But you know what? At least that keeps me sober. Right? It keeps me sober. Oh, I love you guys. Hi, Teresa. I didn't even get to say a chance to say hello to you. And I love you, but I have to go. All right. Bye, everybody. I love you all so much. We'll talk to you again soon. And message me and be on Facebook and all of that.